Hi guys, welcome to Uriel Atlas. My name's Cordy. Today is April 13th of 2026 and today we're going to be going over um, a subject that I feel is honestly the most important subject um, that anyone should be actually working on to improve their self, their life, which also connects you and as you're connected to the human collective consciousness, it heals our world and our planet. All the discord we see going on now is because people have not healed themselves, and they're taking those inner traumas, and those inner traumas are adding those traumas to the collective. Well, as more light is being forced into the collective now, as the planet is actually raising in frequency, it's forcing, through centrifugal force, it's forcing all of those shadows to the surface to be addressed. And people keep looking outside of themselves for and blaming others. They keep looking outside of themselves for the solutions and keep trying to fix other people, thinking that that's going to solve the problem. That's not. The problem is within you. And today we're going to go over how to. It's the fastest. For 12 years now, I've been studying this topic and working on myself and my inner work, as a lot of star seeds call it. Well, this inner work is incredibly important. So we want to make this short and sweet, but at the same time, you need to understand that the how this integrates into your nervous system and amplifying your nervous system and making your body temple more capable of holding and maintaining higher frequencies of light. Okay? When you remove these, see what it is these are blockages. Okay? It's blockages within your chi. Okay, it's blockages in your DNA. Your DNA is a record of all your past lives. It's a record of this life and everything that you've identified with. Okay, I said a very important word there. So, that which you identify with is what you are holding on to within yourselves. Okay, and when you're blocking your chakras are just a higher dimensional aspect of your nervous system and the whole system in general of the physical. So what we do is we heal the higher dimensional aspects first, which are your chakras and your mental bodies, and we heal that first, and then that becomes and manifests into the physical. Okay, so when you want to manifest something, it always starts with your magnetic field, your biomagnetic field. Okay, and when you're doing this, you first visualize and feel the gratitude in your field, and then as you continue and stay in alignment with that, then it ends up manifesting in the physical. So, back to the topic at hand. Those were just a preface explanation of a few things that I felt you needed to be made clear prior to this method. So, first, let me tell you what the method is. There's, like I said, I've been studying and working on this through many different aspects and many different enlightened people who have shared their methods, and I have used those methods and put my own twist on them and found all of the similarities, all of what they all had in common. And it's evolved into the technique that I'm going to share with you today. Okay. So the technique is, when you have a discord come up, when you have you're feeling something, a memory comes up, and it or you get triggered by something, you know, these are all, this is the time that you need to apply this, is when these things come up. As they come to the surface, you apply this then. You don't wait till later. That is the time that you apply this, okay? And you don't want to try to visit those and recreate them in your mind, because that can have adverse, it's actually been scientifically proven by Dr. Joe Dispenza that pulling up these old memories actually has a negative long-term effect on the brain and your mental state. So even if your intent is to pull that memory up, repeatedly to try to heal it, it's best to wait for that memory to surface naturally. And they will surface naturally in the order that your higher self sees fit and knows is the best order for you to heal yourself in. So it's like an onion, there's different layers. And then, things that you thought you haven't thought about in years will begin surfacing as you peel the layers back. Okay, as you take the layers off and you heal those. Okay, so over the last 12 years, like I said, there's a few different people, 3 of note, that I would recommend you maybe do your own research and looking into, who have had big effects on my life and my ability to heal myself, which I know factually that I have healed a tremendous amount of my traumas, and I've experienced a lot in this lifetime. Those 3 people, one is David Ian Rogers, okay, and he has a website, davidianrogers.com, and he has a book called The Awakening of a Shamanic Hayoka Empath, and that's his book on his website. Hopefully you can see that. And he has, I learned a great deal from him. He's a very blessed soul, and he specializes in healing people, and I took some certain things from him, from his techniques. Another is Swamiji Nityananda, okay, a beautiful, beautiful yogic master that I've had several very powerful experiences with in higher dimension, and he has, I'll tell you this, one time he came in and helped me. I was crying, and I was having a very rough time with a certain relationship I was dealing with at the time, and I asked for his help, and he came in. He switched. I mean, I was in a rough state, and he came in. He opened a doorway, a portal, and he came through that portal with 2 of his students, and he came in, and it was so fast but so powerful, and he hit me with an energy pulse that, some of you may know that your heart chakra spins, okay? Well, he hit me with that pulse, and it stopped my heart chakra from spinning, which took away the sine wave. Some of you have watched my previous videos, which is the phase that I was in, that I was feeding that discord, feeding my energy to that discord, the sin of that discord. He stopped it I was laying down at the time, and instantly felt like the bed, the floor, everything disappeared, and I got dropped 1,000 feet instantly. It took the breath out of me. It was incredible experience, but I instantly stopped crying. He healed the heart, reactivated the heart, but it left me unbelievably shocked and breathless and amazed and with immense love for Nityananda, and he knows that I am immensely grateful for that, him assisting me in that time and several others. I have a great love for him as a being of light. So, and as many of us beings of light, we're attacked by the matrix. As we heal and expand our light, it becomes dangerous for the matrix to hold itself together. And many of us, including Nityananda and myself and David Ian Rogers, we've all been attacked, okay, in different ways. But the negative, I can assure you, I know firsthand that these beings are amazing blessings to planet Earth and humanity for what they've brought in vibration, frequency, and light and knowledge to our society. That was Swamiji Nityananda. The third, I would say, and more recent individual, blessed individual, is Dr. Joe Dispenza. He is incredible. He has ongoing seminars that he takes people for 7 days and is healing thousands of people from diseases and terminal diseases and all sorts of things. He's showing people how to heal themselves, which is the most beautiful thing. You have the light and the power within you. You have it all. It's all within you. That divine spark is you. You are that light. The I am that you are. The I am that I am. You're an expression of the divine itself. So, Dr. Joe Dispenza has many videos, and he has several books out that I highly recommend all of you go read and watch and learn. There's healing testimonies that are amazing. People have healed themselves from stage 4 cancers, and people that have actually regrown organs that they were it's amazing. Just simply by healing your magnetic field. When you heal that field, they disidentify. They release the identity. What you identify with, the identity you're holding on to, is what is holding on to that sickness. The identity, the false identity, is causing the sickness, or and keeping you traumas of the past in the present. If you don't want to continue, if you want to discontinue experiencing these traumas of the past in your present, what's happened has happened. Let's leave it in the past. Why are you suffering in the present moment? Answer me that. It's utter silliness. It's not needed. When you release these identities, and you can say that. So this is the technique. Say it very firmly. I release all identities with sickness. You can feel it. If you're attuned to your energy, you can feel that. And you can enter that word in. Now when I say that, this is the technique again. I release all identities with this situation. Enter the word in that fits your situation, and would just call it out. and release. And what I do is I visualize, stand in my power, and realize you are the soul inhabiting this body temple. Release that shadow of a body temple, that hue of a man. Human. We are mankind. Man and woman. A man with a womb to carry children. We are mankind. The hue of a man is the shadow of a man or woman. The shadow of mankind. That's the hue. You are releasing the hue of the man, the human. Release that identity. See yourself, visualize and feel it. I see my white soul taking flight straight up out of that body, that hue of a man. I visualize that soul coming straight up and leaving that identity behind. And when you do that, you are visualizing this and feeling this from this perspective of the soul, the I am that you are. That hue of a man or woman, that hue of mankind, you leave that behind as a shadow, and you see that shadow come off of, and you can feel this happen. In fact, I did it one time. It was the first time I used this technique, and it was on something major, a major trauma that I had about four years ago. I released it, and let me tell you, I fell down, lost my breath. When I did that exact technique, I said, I release all identities with this betrayal. And that energy left me, and I collapsed right where I stood. And I tell you, I laid there for 20 minutes and could not hardly move. But I felt and saw, it was shown to me on my third eye. I felt and saw that shadow self leave, which was a major issue I was struggling with at the time. And it took, that shadow left me, and it felt like I stayed there for 5 minutes without even breathing. I know I was getting a little bit of breath, but I was just in awe and shock, I guess is one way to describe it. I was just completely stilled, and it took a moment for me to come back to myself, so to speak. But the thing you have to realize that you truly are, when you say this, when you say I release this identity, you have to realize that you are no longer that individual. You are no longer that personality. This is what you're releasing. You're releasing the personality that's tied to that. And what that does, guys, is it changes the synapses, firings, and wiring in your brain. It literally deletes certain synapses firing. It deletes that program. You become Neo from the Matrix. It's such a beautiful experience, and it's so liberating. It's so amazing to experience this. When you try this, it will heal you so much. And as you heal certain things, like I said, other things will surface. And you just continue on. Keep using that technique. So the technique, again, just to reiterate, this is the most efficient, it's the quickest, fastest, and most efficient for me personally that I've found to heal that and to heal yourself. you say, when a irritation or something comes up, you enter observation mode. You start observing it. You see, okay, what's the actual core of that onion? What's the core problem here? And that when you enter first you have to observe it. When you address something with awareness from the perspective of the soul, you are infusing consciousness into that, which is light. Okay? And that light will expand and dissolve that. But you're infusing consciousness into it. You become aware of it. You become consciousness of it. Like, how are you aware? Who is the one within you that is aware of the one thinking? And who is aware of the one that is aware of the one thinking? The thoughts in your brain. A little food for thought. So, the technique. What is it? When a discord comes up, you say, you stand up. Once you've become aware of the actual issue, you become aware of that false identity, that personality, you say, I release all aspects of this personality or this event. I release all identities tied to this event. I release you. And then you fly up out of your body. You go straight up as the soul, and you watch that personality, you watch that body dissolve. It's a shadow, it's a hue of a man. And you watch it dissolve. It dissolves into back to source to be reintegrated as pure harmonious energy. Okay? And what happens when that is released? Your energy starts to come back to you, and you want to call it back, but what'll happen is that energy was being released through one of the petals, which is a sine wave. It's also a phase, one phase, like electricians deal with phase 1, phase 2 phase, and 3 phase. It is one of the phases of your chakra, of whichever chakra. Okay? So your synapses are the physical form, are to the neurons in your brain. They're the physical form that's attached to your nervous system. Okay, the synapses firing in your brain that create a thought. Okay, those synapses are tied down through your nervous system to certain aspects of your nervous system. Then from that, wherever it goes to, different organs, different things, for a trauma, for instance, let's say you got bullied in school. Well, those synapses are tied. That thought comes up and you start feeling irritation. You start feeling irritation and blame in your stomach. That's your solar plex chakra, okay? So that synapses is tied through your nervous system all the way down to your stomach. Then in your stomach, from there, it connects to the 4th and 5th dimensional energies within you, which is your chakra energies, and so on and so forth, up through the dimensions. So when you release that, when you delete that program, it snaps that pedal, that sine wave, which is the phase, that pedal that's out of balance, and that pedal that's out of balance on that chakra is sending energy towards that old event, which is bringing things of the same nature, circling it right back around into your present moment. Whether you're experiencing it as just irritation or something just within your mind, or those things tend to manifest and you keep running into people that create that same type of situation, whether they're disrespectful to you, whether they're bullying you at work in some way, shape, or form. Those things, they all, it's called karma. Okay, but the karma is of your own creation, and it's something you can heal instantly. if you do this right. I know I'm speaking from experience 100%, and it's so liberating to just release it and let it go. It's like a child. Nityananda, Swamiji Nityananda gave this example in one of his. It's like a child that has that grows up, but it has it holds on to a trauma that that the kid experienced when he was a child, 6 years old, where his mother took his toy away, and the kid starts crying. Well, he held that anger, for on into his adulthood. Why did she take that away? Because he was holding on to the identity of that child. Now, as an adult, do you still need that little toy? No. So why be mad about someone taking something away that you don't even need? You are not identified. You are no longer identified with that. Let it go. It's so beautiful. So just let it go. When you release that, when you go to the aspect and the perspective of the soul and shoot up out of your body, and you say, in this order, you say, I release this identity tied to this as a childhood, having my toy taken away. I release this identity. And then you shoot up out of your body and you watch that hue of mankind go away as a shadow and then disintegrate and go back to the universe to be healed. It is no longer being energized by your synapses of the physical body. It's no longer being energized by your nervous system. And because that has been healed and that program has been deleted, now the sine wave, the sin, sine, it's all connected, folks. And that phase of that chakra can now snap back into place in perfect balance and harmony, because it's no longer sending energy to that unneeded reality, that unneeded experience, because you've healed yourself from that experience. It's so beautiful. And this is how you truly heal yourself. And this is why places like AA and Narcotics Anonymous and all those kind of places, government run, are exactly the opposite of healing people. And I know there's outliers in that statement that did heal, but I'm talking about long-term healing. They don't, this is how you heal from addictions too. The problem with AA and these things is they have a lot of good concepts, about 80% truth, and the other 20% puts you right back in it, even worse. And the main thing that they're doing that's causing people to stay an alcoholic is they're making them affirm and speak out loud, I am an alcoholic. Folks, they're holding on to that identity even stronger. And that identity will never leave them. Now, if they never drink alcohol again, which it happens to a few people, really strong-willed, and I'm happy for them, they still are dealing with struggling and the friction of that identity, because they still hold that identity. They haven't let go. You have to let go of that identity. No longer identify with it. That's how you truly heal. A healed society is a peaceful society. It's an abundant society. It's a loving society. Friends, there's one more way to do this, and it's a way that I came up with, and it works wonderfully, but I feel that the main technique that I've already given you is the most efficient, but I'm here to give you the tools. And if you find this other one to be more valuable, and resonate more with you, then by all means, absolutely use it, because it does work. It's worked. I came up with it, or I didn't learn it from anyone else, I should say that. But this is the technique I used when I gathered all of those other aspects from other people and put it all together in a format that made sense to me at the time, and it still does. It still makes perfect sense, and it's essentially doing the same thing in a little bit different way, and that is, when I would experience a discord come up, I would go out of my body, and I would look at that body, and I would talk to that body, that hue of a man, and I would talk to it, and I would say, I am the mind. You, speaking to the body, you are not the mind. Those feelings and those thoughts are not me. Now you could turn that and change that. That's how I used to use that. And I still use it every now and then, but I found that leaving the body and say, I release this identity, is much more powerful and encompassing. But that's for me. So whatever resonates with you, by all means. We want the goal in all of my videos and all of my everything I am about is to expand the light that is in you, to help you become your true self, that you can share that light that is you to bless others. But you can take that method, you can say, you can go outside and look at your body and say, I am the mind. You, body, are not the mind. That identity is not me. And that's kind of a way that you can combine that really powerful technique that I've discovered and use it in that format. When you switch out and use the word identity. Okay, so as opposed to thought and feeling, but those thoughts and feelings, guys, this is how we heal the planet. This is how we heal our world. This is how we raise the frequency of human consciousness. You do it by healing yourself, okay? And the reason, I used to, that sounds a little cliche, but it's not. It's not. You are a node. You're a node, a connection point in the human collective consciousness. And your field, your biomagnetic field, is affecting that collective consciousness at all times, because you're connected to the ley line grids, Mother Gaia. You are connected to this field always. Your frequency and your traumas are affecting the field right now. It is our responsibility, our duty, to heal those traumas so they stop poisoning the collective identity. The collective consciousness. As you heal yourself with a node, your biomagnetic field amplifies and gets brighter and brighter with less shadows, less toxic frequencies that are sine waves shooting out in all directions that are discordant. When you harmonize that field becomes so much more powerful, and you can infuse so much more light into the collective consciousness that it will blow your mind. You will start noticing people having the thoughts that you were having. You'll start noticing. You'll start to notice things that your consciousness, that your field, the harmony that you create within yourself is so much more powerful than the discords. But the discords of the entire of each individual are poisoning the collective right now. That's why we have to heal ourselves. The only way to heal that is to stop blaming other people. Stop saying, "Oh, I'm going to fix them." It's not them. The world you are experiencing is your world. It's your perspective. It's what your frequency is drawing into your experience. Heal you. Stop worrying about other people unless you're blessing them in a harmonious manner. Blame. Let go of blame. There is no such blame. There is no such thing as a victim. The higher and more profound your consciousness gets and expands, the more you realize there is no such thing as a victim. You are responsible for everything you experience. Much of it you chose at birth. The rest of it you created while you were here. I said chose at birth. You chose before birth. You chose the family and the life that you are living right now. Prior to birth. There's about 12, I believe it's 12 other, you get 12 choices. And I'm telling you this from my own memory, okay? You'll start having, the more you heal yourself, you'll start having latent memories come up. And these memories are so beautiful. You'll start experiencing amazing things. Life can become so beautiful. Heal yourself, folks. Now, I can be reached, any of you. I would be happy to help any of you on an individual basis. You can set an appointment with me. Contact me at Uriel Atlas 369 at gmail.com. If you need a personal session, there's a donation involved in that. It's taken a lot of training, a lot of hard work to develop these skills. I'm happy to bless and share it with others. And but we still have bills. So, but I'm happy to bless you and anyone that you feel this may help as well. I want to teach. I want to empower you as the individual, so we can heal ourselves and enter this new earth, which blesses the entire galaxy and beyond. Guys, I'm so grateful that you attended, and hopefully you found value in this today. Please subscribe and hit the like button and share. I want you to know, look in my eyes. I love you. I love you. I love you. You are another expression of the divine consciousness that I am one with, that is a part of all space and time. I love you. Have a blessed day.